What's going on, J&J family? It's
Jalissa and
Jaden. As you guys can tell or hear by my voice, I am very sick. Very sick. But we didn't post yesterday, and we weren't gonna post today, but we made a promise to you guys. I did not want to break that promise of us trying our best to upload the videos every other day. So that's what we're trying to do. So as you guys can tell by the title of the video,
we are you guys a story time about the time we had a very uncomfortable / weird altercation
with the supporter.
We wasn't gonna share this, but we was like, you know what, it doesn't really matter, because it's like we want you guys to know everything about us. Like, we don't want to ever lie to you guys or do anything. So yeah, I feel like if we know, you guys deserve to know as well. Okay, so Jaden went to go grab a tissue. So as I was saying, today we are going to be telling you guys a story time about the time we had a weird, uncomfortable altercation with one of the supporters. So this happened last month. In October.
If you're watching this, we're not mad.
We're not mad that this happened or feel any type of way. It was a little bit uncomfortable for the both of us.
Trust when we say like we love meeting you guys.
Yeah, we do love meeting you guys.
We love meeting you guys and we love when you guys come up to us. But you're gonna understand the reason why we were uncomfortable, because usually if you've met us before, you know, like literally this was the only time we felt uncomfortable. But everybody else that we've met knows we love meeting you guys. We tell, like, if you've seen us in person and we've seen you, we literally tell you to your face we love you so much. And we thank you for supporting us.
This happened last month in October around Halloween. So, you know, it's Halloween, and, you know, me and Jaden, we decided to, like, we don't really like celebrating Halloween. So we was just like, oh, let's just go to, you know, some kind of festival where they have, you know, a lot of people there, at least so we can meet some of you guys, and like food and stuff like that. And so we looked up festivals around us, and
we ended up going to like a church's festival.
So we ended up going to a church festival. When we got there, it looked super nice, right?
Oh yeah, it was super nice.
Super nice. It was like they had rides for the kids and for the teenagers, and for the adults they had like a little drinking section. It was like super nice. It was super cute. At this point in time, we got to the festival around like 7:38.
And right as we got there, we walked in, and Jalissa and I had made an agreement. Like, we were like, the lines are really long, for one, and there's hella people here. That's two. And on top of that, you have to wait in line to go buy tickets so that you guys can ride the ride.
So I was like, yeah, let's not buy tickets yet, since there's like a long line to just buy tickets, and then you take those tickets and then go on the rides. So I was like, well, since there's a long line, let's just like walk around, see what rides we want, count up how many tickets we're gonna use, what rides we want to get on, and then we could just know exactly, and we would know how many tickets we would have to buy. So like, you know, we was just really walking around, seeing what rides we want to get on. So then we could just go online and buy the tickets. So we're like starting to walk around. We was online for one ride, and then, like I was saying, before I had to change my battery, we were walking around looking at like what rides we want to get on, and then we was on one ride, and we had met a bunch of supporters. It was so nice. It was so cool.
We loved meeting them.
Yeah,
they were actually really cool.
And then we went to another ride.
Yeah, because that line was so long.
It was like literally the line started here, and then it was like wrapped around like that. So we was all the way at the end, and I was like saying hi to you guys. And so we was like, actually, let's just go to another ride to see if there's like shorter line. My baby's sick. So we went to another ride because the line was way long on the other one. So it was like, we was just like, oh, let's just keep walking around and let's just hope we find a ride with like no line. So we start walking around, and at this point we're like walking towards the end.
You were walking to
like the back.
Like the last, like, so alright, you guys, the way it was set up, when you walk in, all the rides are at the end, are at the very back, right?
Yes.
Right as you walk in. So we start off on the left side of the back, and all the way to the right was the last ride.
Right.
So we made our way around, and we got to the last ride. And that's when everything happened.
We get there, and we're like walking, and then there's like two group of people, right? So on this group of people, they saw us and we went to them, but this group was like next to each other, but they didn't know each other. There's a group of 3 girls here, and there's a group of like 2 girls and 2 boys here. And so we go to this group because they like called us over, and they're like, oh, hi, I know you, we watch you on TikTok. And we was like, oh, thank you for supporting us. You know, we was giving hugs, saying hi, and all that. And so while this happening, we're like talking to this group, a really like tall girl. She comes comes and she
But they look mad young.
yeah, they look pretty young. They look like they were like 14, 15, 16. Around there. They're around those age, 14, 15, and 16. And so we were like saying hi to this group. And so we like, they were literally right next to each other. So then I feel this girl like tap me or like touch me. So like I turn around and she's there. She's like, oh my God, I know you guys from TikTok. And I was like, oh, hi. And we're like giving hugs. And then out of the 3 girls that here.
2 of them were actually really genuine. 2 of the girls were
Yeah,
actually
the one that tapped me and said, hi, I know you. She was like so excited to see me. And so there was another one out of the 3 girls. One of the girls, she was, I guess she didn't know we were there. And then she turned around and she saw me. And she was like, oh my God. And I get it, you're excited. So you know me, I always try to like match.
We try matching their energy.
Energy, yeah. So if you're screaming, I'm gonna scream too. If you're hype, I'm hype too. You know? If you're a little nervous, I'm gonna be a little nervous too. I really just reply the way that you guys come to us. And so
we thought like everything was cool. Like at first, like when she started yelling.
we thought she was just excited.
Yeah, we thought she was excited. So like we low-key fed into it. Like,
yeah,
you know
and I was like, oh my God, hey. You know, it was like getting loud with her too. It was like, you know, trying to hype her up.
But then next thing you know, like she starts dozing off. Like,
yeah, and then I look into her eyes and her pupil,
like,
oh my God, we're like, her eye was so dilated. Like you couldn't even see the color around her eyes because her pupils were just so big.
And it made me feel bad. Like I was like, are you okay? Asked her.
Yeah, we asked
and then
all of them.
she was like that. And then she was like, wait, aren't you Jay with the
shoes?
And I was like,
yeah, she kept
I was
saying,
like, huh?
Jay with the shoes, and then she was like grabbing him.
I was like, huh? Yeah, and I was mad confused. I'm just like, yeah, like I didn't really know what she was trying to say, but I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I think she got you confused.
Yeah.
Like another person.
And the next thing you know, she starts grabbing me.
Yeah.
She starts grabbing me and like you, and she starts shoving like.
She's like
I'm
this.
like,
she's like this. Jay with the shoes. She's like pulling him and pushing him and pulling him and pushing him.
and I didn't really think much of it until she started getting really aggressive. And
Yeah.
I was just
and then
like,
I got scared.
And then she started touching her.
Yeah, she was like, I know you. And I was like, oh, yay. Like, I don't want to be rude.
Yeah, like, listen, we understand if you guys want to hug. Like, bro, we love giving you guys hugs.
Hugs, yes.
Like, if you're a dude, I love dabbing y'all up, meeting y'all, talking to you. But, like, what she was doing was
very aggressive, very
uncomfortable. Like, she was really, like you could tell, like, she was being sarcastic.
Yes.
And so, on top of that, she kept putting her hands on us. And we were just like, what the heck? And her friends, though.
Friends were telling her to, like, chill. So, at this point, when the girl that tapped me over, the girl that pulled me to the side and like noticed who I was in the beginning, she was like telling her friend like, oh, to chill. But then I looked at her, I was asking her like, oh, is your friend okay? Because you know she doesn't seem okay, like her eyes are dilated, she's acting all, you know. And so I look at her and I'm like, oh, is everything okay with, you know, she's okay? And then she starts dozing off.
Yeah.
She's like, then her eyes start getting dilated and then her hands go over her mouth and she's like, stop, like I could tell like she's like freaking out inside, but she wasn't really showing a reaction. So then that's when I noticed, I was like, okay, these people obviously like they took something, like they're off something. And the girl that was like touching us, she reeked of alcohol. She smelled like alcohol, but out of only them 3, she was the only one that smelled. So in my head I was like, okay, so she's probably drunk or tipsy and her eyes are very dilated. And so I was like, okay, so they probably took something to cause them to act this way. The tall one, that one that put me over, like I said, I could tell she was probably like tripping, but on the inside. And she wasn't tripping like her body wasn't showing no reaction, but I could tell like probably inside her brain, she was probably like screaming like, hey, stop. But she wasn't showing no reaction. And so she was just trying to get her friend, you know, to calm her down because her friend was really like pushing us and like shoving us and pulling us towards her and saying like, oh my God, I know you. You're like Jay with the shoes. You're Jay with the shoes.
Yeah, but like when I tell y'all, right? So I'm there like talking to one of the guys. Like somebody else came up to us.
Right, because remember there was 2 groups.
Yeah.
You were still talking to this group.
Yeah, and Jalissa was talking to the group where the girl was being dumb aggressive.
Yeah.
And so while I'm talking to the guy, that's when the girl who was like for sure off something, she for sure just grabs me and turns me around. She's like, you're Jay, and starts like
and she's like, I know these people. I could tell like you're very excited, and we was excited with her as well. But at first we didn't know like
what
if
was happening. So
yeah,
like we thought like that's how she
is naturally.
natural.
So
But
it was
like
okay.
we're not one to judge. So
No,
like we
not
was
at
like
all.
okay cool. But then like it just got really uncomfortable at the fact that like
She kept
started
grabbing
getting
us.
more aggressive every single time.
Yes, she started getting physical.
And then she started saying like she didn't even know our names. We just thought like she'd seen us and she didn't know our names, but we were okay with that.
Yeah.
And but the next thing you know, she's like, "Oh, you're Jay with the red shoes." And she started saying that stuff, and I was just like, "Huh?" I didn't really care. I was just like, "Yeah, like yeah."
Because you could tell
like,
she was on something.
Yeah, so I was just like, "Yeah, I'm Jay with the red shoes."
Yeah,
And
we
then-
didn't want to like, cause you don't know if she's off something, so you don't know if she's gonna get aggressive, if she's gonna start swinging, if she's gonna start, you know. So instead of like trying to make her mad and confused, cause like I said, she was off something. So you don't know how a person's gonna act when they're off something. So instead of trying to make her mad and aggressive, we was just trying to be nice to her, trying to like tell her like, oh yeah, he's Jay with the shoes. Mind you, who the fuck is Jay with the shoes? I don't know who's Jay with the shoes. Who's Jay with the shoes? So we were just saying like, oh yeah, this is Jay with the shoes, so she can like, you know, be excited and hopefully calm down and be like, oh yeah, you know, I just met him. But that wasn't the case. She didn't calm down. Like her friends really had to like
grab her and separate her away
Away.
because she couldn't just stop
yeah,
grabbing us.
yeah.
So.
And I understand like when you meet somebody that you look up to, you are very excited. Trust me, I
But
did.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Personally, I don't even think she knew who we were. To be honest with you,
I just
like
really
to this day,
think
like
she was off something. Her friends did.
yeah, and I think she just fed into that. That's my perspective on that. If she does know who we are, I still didn't have a problem. Like personally, I'm not mad about what happened. It just made me feel dumb uncomfortable.
Yeah, that was like the
I
first
didn't really
time
care.
I've
It
ever
just felt
felt uncomfortable. I mean, like personally, from like meeting you guys and
we met like I ain't gonna hold you. Like when we
we
meet
met
you,
a lot of
like
people. We met a lot of people in New York.
when we meet you guys, it's like wow. Like sometimes like
I'm in disbelief. We're in
yeah, because
disbelief.
we can't believe like you guys actually watch us. Like
Right. So I'd be nervous meeting y'all off the rip.
I'm yeah, exactly. Like on top of what she was saying right now, we be nervous too. So
From
if
the
y'all
jump.
nervous, we nervous too.
Trust.
But like at the end of the day, like just come up to us.
Yeah, let's just, you know, break the ice. After like that weird altercation, we kind of just like walked away.
And then we just kind of like
We ended up leaving.
yeah.
We ended up not getting on none of the rides. We ended up not buying tickets. We ended up just like after that, I was a little uncomfortable and weird, so we ended up just
It's like going home.
yeah, we went home. Yeah, we just went back to the car and then we just went home. I remember we like showered and just fell asleep. Yeah, it was a little bit uncomfortable, but I hope this doesn't change anything. I hope you guys
Still come up to us.
and I, you know, please, we do want you guys to come up to us. Please, we really do. We want to meet all of you guys, each and every one of you watching this video right now. If you see us in public, don't be afraid to come up to us because we're more than happy to say hi. That was our first weird altercation. But you know, it was okay. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't crazy. To these people, if you are watching this video, don't feel any type of way. Like I understand it happens. You probably was having fun with your friends, but you know, things just got out of hand just a little bit. Thank God it didn't get like too crazy to the point when she started getting physical. She was already physical, but she wasn't like punching physical. Cause you know, that would never happen. I hope it never happens. But yeah, that's what happened.
That's the story time of our first time having weird altercation with a supporter.
Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed that story time. Thank you guys for watching this video. And if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and comment some videos you guys would like for me and Jaden to film, you guys would like to see.
Also, make sure you subscribe and turn on the post notifications.
Yes. So. And Jaden is sicky, so everybody in the comments, comment, hope you feel better. Hopefully you guys can get him to feel better with your prayers and kind words. That'll be the end of the video. We love you guys all so much. Bye.